Vamos a ver el breakdown del Teemo. Vamos allá.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kyohei Lair. I'm a designer on 2xKO.
Son el Genis.
Today I'm here with.
I'm Alex Jaffe. I'm lead champion designer on 2xKO.
Today is about Teemo. Finally,
Son el Genis, tío. Pues está bien, 720.
Teemo. So Teemo is a character that I learned about before I even learned about League of Legends. From the beginning, I knew he was like off-meta, meme, quirky character.
Sí que es meme, sí.
We've been asked, specifically, the request has been weirdos. And I mean, I think Teemo is a really stand-up, regular, respectable guy. For some of you, he might be weirder. I think he's gonna do a lot.
Oh no!
So Teemo is a Yordle. And Yordles are this magical creature from Vandal City. And within Vandal City, there's this organization called the Vandal Scouts. And Teemo is at the head of it. I really want to mention the side of
Es el jefe de la mafia, tío.
Our kit in 2xKO really takes an inspiration from what we thought or what we imagined how his daily life as a Yordle,
Me gusta bastante porque
Scout would look like. In result, we have
todos los campeones son los del LoL, pero realmente no han copiado al campeón del LoL, sino que les han dado como una identidad bastante guay en el juego, ¿sabes? En plan de, el Teemo, o sea, es otro Teemo, ¿sabes? Es el más explorador y tal, es como... No han hecho 1-1 del LoL, ¿sabes?
Using,
Está guay.
Devices to help him float, to get around trains. And we have shovels to dig up some treasures or whatever. We got a lot of flavor of the Vandal Scout and Teemo's kit here. As you
Otro
can see,
Teemo,
Teemo is a
mismo
very
cáncer.
small, tiny little character. And in
Mira,
fighting
tío.
games, that usually becomes a big issue for the opponent. There's hurt blocks all the way up to the top of the tuft
Vale.
to make him feel like an average height
Vale,
champion.
no se agachan los jabs, gente.
Lack of width, we have his
No se agachan los débiles,
some maps
gracias.
attached to it.
I think y'all found this really good balance. Where like Teemo is shorter. There are some options that work
Vale.
against Teemo, but they are pretty rare. The entire game is sort of tuned around Teemo in a way.
Vale, hay
his
cosas que
crouching height
wifean, pero
specifically,
no...
like
Vale, eso
every
está bien.
attack in the game, if we want it to be generally reliable and not kind of more of an edge case situational thing, that bottom of that hitbox goes just low enough to hit a crouching Teemo in the head.
Menos
Obviously,
mal,
everybody's
tío.
been asking about small characters. A lot of people have been asking about Yordles specifically. We knew we wanted Yordles in the game. We've been telling you for ages, like, we wanted to find a way to put Yordles in the game, and guess what? Dear reader, we did.
Okay, let's talk about Teemo's kit a little bit.
Hostia, tío,
Let me start
qué bonito
with
se ve,
Teemo's
tío.
bread and butter. It is the mushrooms.
Delicious. Like
Qué
bread.
bonito se ve, tío.
Yep, Noxus Strat. So on the top of his two, Teemo jumps back.
Está muy bien
place the
hecho,
mushroom
tío.
right
Es como que se ve precioso el cabrón, tío.
in front of
Vale, la
him.
puta
If
seta.
you are moving forward and throwing mushroom, he moves forward.
Madre
and
mía,
if
me
you're
quiero
moving back
morir.
and throw the mushroom, he moves back and throws the mushroom.
I didn't realize that. That's a nice little touch.
Me quiero
You
tirar
can
por la puta
also, you know,
ventana.
if you're jumping forward and throwing mushroom, you can land with your mushroom. There are many ways to play around this. Mushroom can be removed by the opponent's attacks. Another way to remove the mushroom is to...
A ver, si le pegas a él se van.
Another way to deal
Gracias.
with this is to get in proximity and just by blocking it or by avoiding it. And it's not really just a trap either for Teemo. Teemo has a lot of interactions for his mushrooms too. As you can see, Teemo can
Mira,
pretty
tío, lo que me
easily
va a
set up his
tirar,
shot
tío.
for his mushrooms. As you can see, it
No.
also goes away after 7 seconds of inactivity.
That's eternity in game time.
Yeah. If you place a mushroom on top of another mushroom, it bounces on top of it and it jumps forward towards the opponent. Yeah. And another interaction he has is that he has this move, jump down A3. It has its own purposes, like a combo window move, but if you use it with the mushroom, he jumps up and he can move here. He's free to move afterwards.
Espera. O sea, no acabo de entender nada de la puta nomenclatura que acaba de decir. O sea, ¿qué cojones es esta nomenclatura que acaba de decir? ¿Cómo que jump down A3? Es que me he quedado... O sea, me acabo de quedar completamente... O sea, me acabo de quedar... Esto debe ser algo de polla viejas. O sea, sí, o sea, en plan de... Esto debe ser que en algún momento del desarrollo del juego llamaban así a los ataques y me he quedado completamente pillado, tío.
Down A3. It has its own purposes, like a combo window move, but if you use it with the mushroom,
El
he
culito
jumps
rebota.
up and he can move here. He's
Vamos,
free to
hombre, no
move
me jodas.
afterwards. Another interaction he has is shovel. This is his crouching forward A3. He pulls out a shovel and digs the ground. It has other uses like anti-air, OTG, but if you use it with the mushroom,
La tira.
It launches the mushroom forward,
No.
and while it's launching,
Está
the
guapo.
opponent could get hit by it. You may have noticed
¿La podrá
when
tirar
I
en
was
el aire y luego
exploding
hacer 2H en el
mushrooms,
aire y
but as I
rebotar?
explode the mushrooms, he had 3 icons on top of his
Mira, tío, las
meter.
medallas,
First
tío. Es la
icon is the
mano.
mushroom badge. And as Teemo uses his mushroom and explodes the mushroom, it keeps filling up, and he keeps gaining the badges. And once he levels up, he gains the ability to spawn poison cloud from his mushroom explosions. The mushroom also looks a little different, indicating that it is a poisonous mushroom.
Mira,
And if
mira,
the opponent stays inside
le
the
premian
poison
por-
cloud,
por
the
tirar
opponent
mierda,
gets
tío.
poisoned, and
¡No! ¡En
they
block!
suffer a little bit of DOT.
No. Te envenena en block
Dual
también.
layers of annoying here. Screen filling up with mushrooms.
¡No!
And you're still
Estoy tapando la
holding
vida.
that
Esperad, esperad. Estoy tapando la vida.
That's really like, in my mind, screen filling up with mushrooms.
Mira, mira cómo
You try to
baja.
break them, and you're still holding that poison. That's really like, in my mind, that is filling up with
No.
mushrooms. You try to break them, and you're still holding that poison. That's really like, in my mind, that is like the core. Like Teemo has a bunch of fun tools. He's got a lot of fun toys to play with, but the mushroom is really like the thing that defines his identity more than anything, right?
Let's get to the second badge. This is the dart badge. And the dart in his kit is his
Vale, son los
L1.
débiles, los
So
dardos.
this is his light attack. You can press lights consecutively, and Teemo shoots darts up to 3 times at a time. Like this.
Bueno, aquí tampoco al menos.
Let's go.
He can do this in the air as
Oy,
well.
oy, oy. Bueno, no son full screen, ¿no?
Yeah, it is quite a strong tool, and we think this is like one of the defining features or
Uy, uy, uy,
defining
uy, lo que
ways
le va a
that
hacer a los
Teemo is
Pérez
going to
esto.
play neutral and or zoning against the opponent. You can see when you hit the opponent with the darts, Teemo gains 1 tick of the dart badge. He gains the poison dart.
More poison.
More
Let's go.
poison, yeah. He gains the poison dart on the first dart that
Ah,
he
vale,
does.
solo el primero. ¿Y si lo bloqueas?
And this is the same for grounded and air. Let's talk about the last
No
badge,
creo, ¿no?
the slingshot, the sharpshooting scout. On tap of S1, he just shoots a slingshot forward, but you can charge this. And you can
Tío,
shoot
es el puto
farther,
aldeano del
and
Smash,
you can also
tío.
do this in the air. I think this is the only projectile that reach full screen.
Ah, vale,
And
vale,
it
vale.
also has like
Es el
peculiar
único que
use
llega full.
cases, unlike darts, for example, which is more of a straightforward projectile.
Buah, pero esto va a dar
And Teemo
un
has
sida.
this one as well. He shoots up instead, and you can charge this the same as the standing S1
Oh, qué
or
guapo.
air S1.
La- hostia, y
Let
la-
me get to the badge part of this. So once Teemo hits 5 slingshots total. Oh, by the way, you have to hit the opponent.
Vale,
You
no vale
cannot
block.
block these to get the point. Yeah, Teemo gets the slingshot badge.
Vale, o sea, para conseguir el
and
tirachinas de fuego
his
tienen que ser en hit.
rock becomes fire rock.
It's so juicy. It feels so good to hit.
Yeah. One quick bonus that he gets for the fire slingshot
¡Rebota!
is that he receives a little more hit stun off of this.
No, tiene
it
combos
allows Teemo
exclusivos.
to link this projectile into like a normal for additional combos, for example.
Cool. So that's the main 3
Está
badges.
guapísimo,
That's great.
tío.
Yeah,
And-
I mentioned another interaction with Mushroom earlier, but I couldn't show. And this is the interaction.
No me digas, no,
with,
dos veces.
The slingshot. It really extends.
Hostia,
the
qué bueno,
for
tío.
slingshot bullet.
Qué bueno, qué
it
bueno.
Really helps the rock.
Qué bien
Once
hecho,
it
tío.
Bounces on Mushroom, the opponent will hard
Vaya
time
puta regalada
getting
de
around it,
diseño, tío.
Though the opponent can just strike the Mushroom. And
Qué bueno, qué
stop
bueno,
Teemo from
qué
doing
bueno.
Stuff like this.
Qué puta regalada de
You
diseño,
know, you
tío.
always were saying, hey, it's really important for him to have some long-range tools so that he can get that pressure up to actually move the game forward, get you coming to him, right?
So these badges, they persist across
No.
rounds. So once you
No,
get
lo
these
has vuelto a
badges, or
hacer.
once you accumulate points
La
on these
mano.
badges, you'll never lose them until the very end of that match. This is Fortis 1. This is called Bando Dash. Yep. On charge of Fortis 1, he runs in place, gains momentum.
Es el
and
Sonic,
on this,
tío.
He shoots himself forward with.
El cargado le da
We
tumble,
generally
Le da
consider
combo.
this as like a combo extender, combo ender.
He doesn't hit the hardest, right? He's not the first character you imagine to just demolish your face into the ground, but he still needs to be satisfying. He needs to feel good. I think it feels real nice to smash Teemo's entire body into your opponent.
Right. Before I want to talk about the last special he has, one unique mechanic that he
La invisibilidad,
has
¿no?
is done by just crouching on the ground, sitting
Míralo,
still.
tío. Es
He press
agachándote.
down,
Ay.
and this is not to be confused with down forward or down back. Teemo becomes invisible in 2 seconds, and while he's invisible,
Me cago en
he
mi
is
puta
free to move.
madre.
What are you setting up
Me
for?
voy a morir de sida.
As you can notice, he comes out after a certain period of time, but while he's invisible, he enjoys
se mueve más rápido.
15% speed bonus, so he's able to
Hostias.
get around the stage a little quicker.
Bueno.
And yeah, you just can't see him.
¿Puedes
Of course,
poner
you can
cosas?
attack while he's invisible. Once you attack, he does come out though, so watch out when you attack.
Hostia, hostia,
And
hostia.
another unique mechanic I want to mention for Teemo is the parachute. This is
sea, pero tiene
done
un
when
montón
you're
de cosas,
in the
tío.
air. You can hold up to
Esto
deploy
es,
this parachute.
es la Storm y el Rocket,
And when you
tío.
have this parachute deployed, you can move around with left or right. It's like a fun tool for Teemo to get around the stage. This leads me to the next special with the last
¿Cuál
one.
falta?
Yeah.
Ah, la hoguera,
Which
¿no?
is down S2. Guerrilla tactics. Yep.
Ah, no, claro,
So
claro.
when you press down S2,
El
Teemo
arbusto.
plants a cone of grass on the ground and it grows over time.
Wait, this seems harmless.
Right. After it grows, Teemo has 3 interactions with the grass. First is that he turns invisible. inside the
¡Hola,
grass
pero qué
almost
rápido!
immediately.
No,
And,
es instantáneo. Pero,
unlike the crouching invisibility,
Bueno,
he can
bueno,
actually
bueno,
move
bueno.
around and
Pero
still
tan rápido.
remain invisible.
I love that in this
Yeah.
tiny little space.
Yep, yep.
It's like I have some.
pero
Yeah,
esto,
yeah,
pero,
he can go
pero que
outside,
tengo
too.
sin ahora
and
mismo.
It persists for a little while.
Right.
okay.
When he's outside of the grass, he can press down S2 again to teleport back to the grass. If you like don't remember the grass was behind you, for example, and like Teemo just goes behind you and just hits you real quick from behind. There's another use for this, and that is Teemo can use crouching H to burn the grass.
Buah.
And once you touch the flame, you get hit up to 3 times and you get launched up. Teemo can combo afterwards, of course.
Pero
and another
le han-
special
pero
feature about this
han
fire
hecho
is
todo lo
that
que-
once
o sea, han hecho todo.
you get the fire and Teemo holds up,
Pero ¿cuántas cosas
you can-
tiene? O
you
sea,
can
vaya
float on
puta
top
cocinada.
of the fire. Another
¿Cómo?
interaction that Teemo has with the grass is that once you get the flame slingshot, he can set the grass ablaze with the flame slingshot
Joder,
as well.
tío, pero si es que tiene una...
So let's
tiene
talk
un-
about Teemo's supers.
Qué guapo, tío.
So S1 super, Vandal Sky Patrol.
There we go. You got it.
Yeah, Teemo gets on his leaf copter, he flies around in it, and he shoots 9 darts total.
¿Cómo baila Mo?
Teemo can decide to just bust out the super and just, play neutral like this, and the opponent kind of has to get around, get away. Say if you have
esto va así,
a
tío.
double down fuse, you can use the super, hold your
Mira lo
assist,
que me van a hacer.
and you can play around or play with the darts. Let me get to the S2 super. This is the Noxious Surprise, the big mushroom. Yeah, in principle, it works pretty similar
que es
to
un
the
level
regular
1
mushrooms,
esto.
or just a bigger version of the mushroom trap. It does hit multiple times, does more damage. So one difference is that it cannot be destroyed by opponent's attacks.
¿Pero qué hacemos?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Right.
¿Y a qué jugamos cuando la
To get
pone?
this, the opponent can get close to the mushroom and either block it or maybe try to get away from it.
Pero que
Another
se-
thing for
pero
the super
bueno.
mushroom is that it actually counts towards 2 points of the mushroom badge. So traditionally,
Pero
if
que te
you
pone el tornado
do
del Rasi.
a shovel on the mushroom, it just bounces once, replaces or moves to one plane forward. But if you shovel the big mushroom,
Bueno, la manda a China, ¿no?
it keeps going forward.
Ah, se pone a caminar.
Okay, let's talk about Teemo's ult. This is the ult, the blinding dart.
Bueno, esto sin más, ¿no?
Teemo shoots a blinding dart at the opponent. Once it hits, Teemo jumps up, throws a bunch of mushrooms at the opponent, drops some more on the opponent,
Está muy bien animado por eso.
and himself.
Nice.
This is a projectile ult. It does go pretty far, so like if you're here, you can probably hit it still. Yeah,
Bueno.
it is invulnerable like other ults.
Hostia.
Let's talk about assists real quick.
Oye,
This is
que esto va a
Teemo's
castigar
field.
cosas. No está mal, ¿eh?
Does go pretty far, so like if you're here, you can probably hit it still. Yeah, it is invulnerable like other ults. Let's talk about assists real quick. This is Teemo's forward assist,
La
It's
puta
mushroom.
seta, tío.
of course. But unlike the regular mushroom, he remains on the ground while he does this. That's partially because when you want to tag into Teemo once he's doing the assist, we didn't want him to, be in the air. So that's why he's on the ground.
cago en mi
But
puta
otherwise,
madre.
it's basically just a mushroom move. And this is Teemo's back assist, the darts. Instead of 3, he shoots 2. But unlike the regular darts, they come a little
¡La daga
staggered.
del
You may
Arthur!
have noticed that once the projectiles hit, the victim stays grounded. And that has a lot of implications for characters that can, I guess, like combo from the assist. you have a perfect
Con
combination
la
here.
Vice, sí,
He
dagas,
can
dagas
do,
ducking.
like,
Lo primero que he pensado.
ducking forward into
Dagas ducking.
yeah.
Literal,
Yeah,
claro.
yeah.
Assist de Kame.
For someone like Jinx too, Jinx who is another projectile-heavy character, I think Teemo can aid that very well as well. They just become like an actual bullet hell.
Wait, can you show me?
yeah.
I want to fight your bullet.
No, 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 no lo enseñéis.
Teemo can set up his shop, and while he's doing this, Jinx's projectile come.
No lo enseñéis. No lo
Yeah, and
enseñéis.
there's like
a la
some
gente.
things you gotta deal with even after you get through all these. Let me get to Teemo's super assist.
Voy a tener que
the
seguir el
obnoxious
vídeo.
sweeper. When you call Teemo for super assist, he comes in from the air.
Oh my god, it's so
And he goes through the entire screen dropping little mushrooms.
Tirando napalm.
In a nutshell, this is like a screen clear assist, but obviously you can use it for pressure combos. Pressures might look like, because there are gaps in between, you can like cross them up. Yeah.
Es como el del Brown, pero
Of
mejor.
course, you can go for high lows. In Teemo's case, we really wanted Teemo to be able to be played by like anyone, really. Like even beginners or even someone who's not really played fighting games before and just checking out 2SKO for the first time.
Sí que lo
It
va a
was an
jugar.
interesting design problem where we knew Teemo had to be weird because he's a weirdo, like we've established. Anybody who sees him for the first time, thinks he's cute and just wants to play should get to. And I think y'all did an amazing job of threading that needle.
Yeah, glad you pointed it out. That's another thing we want to make sure on Teemo's kit too. We want to make sure that individual tools that he has are individually fun to use. You know, at least these tools, it's pretty straightforward. It's clearly good and easy to use. So yeah, we're super excited. So that is it for Teemo today. Hope y'all enjoyed.
Hostia, pero
I'm
tiene
super
un
glad
montón de
that I was
cosas,
finally
tío.
able to talk about Teemo and show y'all.
Pero
what
vaya cocinada de diseño, o sea, qué locura, o sea. Pero si es que tiene, tiene una cantidad de interacciones, tío. Hostia, no sé, flipado, ¿eh? La cantidad de cosas que tiene, tío. Es que... Las trampas, los dardos... Este tío se nota... ¿No creéis que se nota un montón quién diseña los personajes, tío? Que se nota un montón que este tío ha hecho al Yasuo y que luego la Yaoi y el Blitzcrank parecen personajes de otro juego, ¿sabes? En plan de... Que está bien, ¿eh? Porque yo creo que tiene que haber personajes para todo el mundo, pero es que comparas el Blitzcrank o la Yaoi con el Teemo y el Yasuo o el Echo, que tienen tantísimas cosas, ¿sabes? Que está bien, porque yo creo que no tienen que todos los personajes tener un montón de cosas, ¿sabes? Pero oye, muy chulo, ¿eh? Mira lo que produce el Alexdito, ¿eh? Lo que produce este tío, ¿eh? Se nota que lo va a jugar, tío. Dificultad 80%, Alexdito, ¿seguro? Buah. Va a dar todo el problema, ¿eh? Va a dar todo el problemón. Está bien, tío, porque tiene que haber también... O sea, me refiero... Yo creo que el Darius tiene que ser de subnormales, ¿sabes? Y el Teemo tiene que tener pirulas. Yo creo que está bien, yo creo que tiene sentido, ¿sabes? Han cocinado muy bestia, con el Teemo. Han cocinado muy, muy bestia con el diseño. Muy, muy, muy bestia el cooking,